Okay, not yet. What to do? Okay, so I know what you're wondering. Ivan, why did you just have a lamp in front of your face? You know what? I'm not going to tell you. And instead, I'm going to tell you how you can take control of your emotions, because your emotions are everything about you. And whenever you have thoughts that you don't like, you can find that emotion. Find that looking for that emotion, and you release it. You let it go. You just let it go. How do you let go of a hot coal? You got a hot coal in your hand. How do you let it go? Bam. You release it. You just let it go. That's what I'm gonna teach you. You're gonna have so much control in your life. You're gonna have so much peace in your life. And then eventually it's gonna go crazy again. But you know what? You're gonna be all fine. You're gonna be all good. Right? Let me tell you about your emotions. Let me tell you about this beautiful, beautiful metaphor, right? Jesus walking on water, right? Let me tell you what my interpretation of this is. Jesus walking on water, right? That's the metaphor for the water is the emotions, right? And typically people fall into the water and they can be completely covered, drowned by their emotions. Not Jesus. Jesus was above his emotions. He was in control of his emotions, right? Control of your emotions. Be like Jesus. So this time I'm gonna operate a bit differently. I'm gonna have this paper here because, well, I've been taking notes, and it's a different mentality was had at the moment of the other video. So now I'm gonna do it this way. We're gonna see how this works. You might like it more. Just leave your comments if you think that I should have a different hat today. Alright. That's alright. So your emotions are everything, right? Your emotions create your thoughts. If you're having a thought that you don't like, then you must find the emotion. And when you find it, right? You're gonna find it, you're gonna feel it. You have to read, you have to feel that hoe, right? And then you have to think about it in a new light, right? You have to think about it in a loving way, right? Reanalyze that moment and give it new meaning. Give it a better meaning, right? Like, I can tell you that when I was younger, I was bullied hard. And sometimes I look at some of my bullies, right? Some of my bullies, I'll even say it, that people in my own family, crazy physical abuse. Now, what I had to do is I had to relook at them and be like, you know what? I think it was okay, like, you know, that person, they were naive, they were dumb, they had a lack of love, right? Instead of thinking about my pain, I think about their pain. They had so much pain that they had to give me their pain. They had so much pain they couldn't control it. They didn't have enough love. Then you begin to think lovingly for them, and you just kind of forgive them, right? You forgive them. They didn't know. And you stand above it. There you go. Boom. So, but the thing is, this won't work if you're in a bad mood. What will happen is, if you're in a bad mood, we tend to project things. Whenever we're in a bad mood and we're told things, we'll project it in the mood that we are. If we're told something really negative whenever we're happy, we'll probably be like, you know what? There's always the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm a bit disturbed, but you know what? I'm still a bit optimist. And then if we're feeling shitty and we get shitty news, it's only just like reevaluating that our reality is of a shitty world, our paradigm. So, frame paradigm. Oh, it says right here, bring up the chart of consciousness. Lucky you. I'm gonna squat down for this one. That means we must raise our vibration. So it says right here, tell a story about changing your life. So about you catching yourself being self-conscious. Talk about how your confidence wasn't stable. Confident only around certain people. I didn't have self-love. I was too shy to speak up. I didn't trust myself. I was secretly very angry. Right, that's a little bit about my past. Right, I was really mad. I was really, I was just looking to take that anger out. So what I had to do was I had to observe my thoughts. I had to see them outside of myself, right? You have to look at your mind like something outside of yourself. Because look at this. You're not your body. You are not your body. If you were your body, like, what happened to that 6-year-old you, right? That body, it disappeared. It's now this new body. So you're not your body, because if you were your body, it wouldn't change. Really made change. Alright, so what do you then? Another reason why you're not your body is like, I chop off your leg. Are you still a human? Yes. I chop off 2 legs. Are you still a human? You know what? I chop off everything. You're just a head. Are you still a human? Right? We're thinking. Alright. So you're not your body. And you're also not your mind. Right? That's the part that really gets people like a bit wild. They're like, what the fuck? I'm not my mind? What do you mean I'm not my mind? And well, I'll tell you this. Your mind is only here because it's part of the human experience, right? Every human has a mind. And man, the fucking human experience, bro. It's so... all our problems are human problems. Like, all our problems are caused by ourselves. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, that's the human experience. And we all have minds, and they just keep talking. They just keep talking. So whenever we meditate, sometimes we think that the goal is to get to stop talking. That voice in our head, right? But no. It's not about shutting down the voice. It's about being able to observe the voice, right? So we're gonna observe our thoughts. And when we find it, think about it. Is this a good thought? Is this a bad thought? Am I thinking about this negatively, or am I thinking about it positively, right? You want to think about it in a positive, loving way. You can even just touch your heart, concentrate energy on your heart, right? See, let me explain chakras real quick for a second. Whenever we say things like your crown chakra or the throat chakra, that's not the name of it. Your heart chakra, that is the name of it. We're not talking like this. We're not talking about a fucking light coming outside of you. We're talking about this energy complex that exists, right? And your throat chakra, that's like with your vocal cords. Have you ever seen that shit? It looks like a fucking vagina. Your throat, your vocal cords, they look like vaginas, right? Because vaginas are also a very sacred thing. Penises as well. Because we got the sacral chakra is what we call it, right? That's where that's so important. Your sacral, right? Now your crown, that's your mind. Anyway, so we've got the heart chakra, right? And your heart, it's connected so much to your brain. There's a lot of nerve endings connecting to your heart and your brain specifically, and there's a lot of nerve endings from your gut to your heart, right? See, there's a massive connection between the energy inside of your heart and your brain and your gut. But let's focus on the heart for a second. When we concentrate positive energy into it, it begins to raise our elevation to that of love, right? It's not a mistake that we see the heart symbol for love and everything. It's not an accident. It's not an accident that we say someone has a big heart, because they are very loving. So we concentrate on that area, and then when we look at these events, right? There's a specific event that happened to me where I was scared of cupboards. I was scared of monsters and Chucky being inside of the cupboard, or whatever you call it, where you put the clothes. I think that's wrong. We call it gabinete in Spanish. So I was scared, and I remember the memory of me being told by my uncle that that thing was gonna get me, and that was hiding inside there, and I was like, fuck. And I felt petrified. Like now, recently, right? I felt petrified. Like I felt like if I was a kid again, sitting on the bed, being told that there's something right over there that's gonna try to like kill you or like take you to hell. And I felt that whole energy run through my body, that very still, frightened energy all over my body, right? And then I was like, okay, think about it with love, think about it with love, think about it with love. Boom, right? All that energy went from my whole body to just, and it went and it concentrated in my head. But now the energy was different, right? Now the energy was happy and vibrant. And then what I was doing was I was able to control, and I was taking that energy to different places in my body. And I took it from my head, and I was like, you know what, focus it right here in front, focusing on actually expanded, make it small, concentrate in certain areas, and I took it down. And then I expanded all the way to my chest, all the way to my arms. I could feel my pulse in my arms and in my heart, right? I was just very focused on it. And whenever you bring that focus to those areas, you feel it to a greater extent. You just feel it to a greater extent, right? Like, let's say you went through a heartbreak, and then, you know what? Let's skip the heartbreak stories for now. At one point in my life, when I was getting angry, I was getting mad, I didn't know that I was mad. I literally did not know I was mad. I was yelling, saying that I wasn't mad, but I didn't know I was mad. You think, well, how could you not know? But see, this is what happens. We're so out of touch with our emotions. We don't even understand them. We're completely denying them. We're denying our emotions, and that's the thing. We shouldn't deny our emotions. I'm not saying anger is the best emotion to have, but it's not a bad emotion. Jealousy is not a bad emotion either. There are no bad emotions. There's nothing that is good or is wrong. It is all just a matter of your perception of it, right? So let me explain to you. If I feel jealous that somebody's riding a Lamborghini, right, and they're 18 years old, and I'm like, fuck bro, I'm 21, I like a Lamborghini, like I'm kind of jealous of this kid. And then, well, why am I jealous? What does that mean to me when I analyze it? It means that I feel like I should have something and I don't have it. I feel like I should have something, but I don't have it. It means I want it. So that means for me that I need to go out. I need to go get it. That's it. That's telling me about me that I need to go out and go get it. I'm like, cool. And sometimes when you're mad, right, you can use that positively in the gym for gains, right? You flip the switch, man. You just fucking Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. There's a book written about their personal trainer, Tim S. Gordon, and he talks about how they were very in tune with their dark side. They're very in tune with that dark energy about them, those darker emotions. So we have to understand our emotions. We have to be good with our emotions. Don't deny yourself your emotions. Understand them completely. Because your emotions create your reality. And typically, if you have a shitty reality, you just feel more shit. So where do you want to be? Do you still want to be feeling shit? Because when we take control of our emotions, we take control of our world and our perspective, and positive things start happening to us spontaneously. The most magical movie scene, beautiful things happen into your reality. Crazy things. And it starts when you shift your vibration to something higher. You are more in tune with the higher vibration, the higher emotions, right? I'm not saying you won't ever experience the lower emotions, but you'll find a way to always bring yourself back to the highest of emotions. Those being of enlightenment, joy, love, rationality, acceptance, neutrality. Those are all of the higher ones. Neutrality, that's in the middle. And then when you get to neutrality, that's when you start to be like, okay, you know what? It's all. I'm just accepting. I'm looking. I'm observing. I'm not gonna judge anything. Right? And then you just sat there, you're like, okay, this is what I can change, this is what I can't change, this is what I can do now. Now you're a bit more willing, to do this. I'm describing the process, right? Then you're a bit more willing. And then when you start taking a little bit more action, you're like, you know what? Rationally, it just in the grand scheme of things, it's all right. Like, there's nobody trying to conspire against me. The universe is actually trying to conspire for me. It's, everything's all right. Like, and then you go from love. Like, actually above Einstein is love, right? Einstein was at rationality. You want to be at love. You want to get to love, right? Love is boom, right? You just feel it. You just feel amazing. You just feel so happy and shit. And then, afterwards, enlightenment, I don't know how fast. I don't even know if I want to be enlightened. Because, then you kill the ego. Maybe I'm so attached to the human experience. Okay, I was saying this as a joke, right? It didn't seem like a joke, but it was a joke. It was a really bad joke. But I'm really glad I brought it up because what I want to bring is our attachment, right? We have an attachment to our thoughts. We have an attachment to our emotions, right? And we have to detach ourselves from these labels that we set upon ourselves. I am depressed. No, you have depression. You are not the depression. You have depression. See, we attach, I am fat. No, you are not fat. You have fat, right? So we have to detach ourselves from those labels, right? And we detach ourselves from those memories. We detach ourselves from that whole story that we've been telling ourselves. That whole story that we've been telling other people about who we are. How do you explain your story? What is your story, right? Is it a good story? Is it a bad story? If you believe you have a bad story, you will continuously find memories that will prove that you have a bad story. If you tell yourself you have a good story, you continuously find things to prove that you have a good story. So what is your story? Detach yourself from it. Detach yourself from that. All of it. Just detach yourself from it. Continuous detachment. You're going to find you're going to get attached again, right? Continuously detach. Continuously let go. Continuously. Just remind yourself to let go. Remind yourself to detach. Remind yourself it's okay. You have to remind yourself. We have to remind ourselves. It's not easy. It's not easy. If it was, more people would. But the thing is, it's easier than we think it is. It's actually easier. We're actually trying really hard to attach ourselves to this. We're trying to attach ourselves to our reality. This is why sometimes when I speak to people, they'll completely deny everything that I say. Now, why is that? Now why is that? If you're here, you will understand that what I'm saying has some sort of merit to it. Well, other people will completely deny it. Why? They'll get angry. They'll tell me to be quiet. Why is it that they're getting angry? It's because if they're to accept the things that I'm saying, it would mean that they would have to reevaluate their reality. It would mean that some of the things that they believe was true is actually not true. And they ended up believing this thing for their whole life. They've dedicated so much time to that specific thought. And me coming and just destroying that thought, they're not having it. They don't want it. So they have to deny it. Otherwise, that means they would have to change. And we don't like to change. We like comfort. We're so comfortable where we are. We're so comfortable. And we say we want more. We say we want better. However, we just say, because to actually take action would be discomforting. It would be uncomfortable. Discomfortable, uncomfortable. So, we actually even have a payoff. We have some sort of payoff because we don't have to suffer and we're still doing alright. We're not, in the end, we're really not even doing that bad. You know what? Actually, you know what? I think it's okay. I'm happy being here. Life has written this for me. That's what will sometimes happen. We'll end up regressing. We'll get really, really comfortable where we are. Now, is that what God would have wanted you to do? To be comfortable? Is what the infinite power of the universe, is that what they want you to do? To get comfortable where you are? Is that what the world was created for? So you get comfortable? Whenever we won wars, or we created amazing experiments and amazing machines that developed and innovated the world, were we comfortable? Were we comfortable when we were conquering and dominating? Were we comfortable? No. So we have to go into that discomfort. And whenever we start going into our emotions, we'll find discomfort. A lot. But you have to live it. You have to live it. So then you have to understand it and you have to let it go. Easy as that. So that's basically what it comes down to. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment what the most confusing part was and the least confusing. Comment something that you understand that you don't understand. I want to know what I can elaborate more on and what you already know. I don't want to tell you something that you already know. I want to teach you something new, right? Because if you look at the amount of books I've gone through, the amount of courses, the amount of time I've dedicated hours. I'll tell you hundreds of hours to developing myself and trying to understand my whole world. And you know what? I'm still growing. I'm not there yet. I'm not as good as I want to be. I don't understand as much as I want to be. But that's because our knowledge is infinite and will continuously expand. And you know what? That's good. So yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you're in that 3%. Top 3% of the people enjoy the most wealth, the most beautiful people, the most amazing places, the most amazing experiences. That's at the 3% of the whole world, right? Not just riches, but 3% of the whole world. That's how it is. It's very little, and you're likely to be in that category because you push all the way to the end, seeking the knowledge. Have a good day.